Pokémon is brilliant. No ats, please. It's legitimately one of the most commercially successful, globally adored franchises in modern media. Not just gaming either, it's had 22 animated movies, a long-standing card game, anime, TV show, and will easily have the motion picture event of 2019 if you discount the Avengers. Anyway, the franchise gets back to business later this year with its first installment for the mainline video games since 2016's Sun and Moon. In that time, though, it's undergone a stunning rejuvenation and explosion in popularity thanks to Pokémon Go, which has now dominated 2 entire summers. We did admittedly need 2017 to decompress a bit. Sword and Shield were unveiled fully in a Nintendo Direct video earlier this year, and the concrete details they gave us have naturally led to a raft of speculation. So, being undecided over which element I should focus on in a video, I'm going to do both. I'm WhatCulture Pokémon correspondent Adam Cleary, and these are 5 things we know about Pokémon Sword and Shield, and 5 predictions. Number 10, we know the region is based on the UK. Yes, much to the delight of the internet, the entire new region of Galar will be based on this green and pleasant land WhatCulture calls home, the United Kingdom. We've seen from the early footage released that the map appears to look like England and Scotland, but, kind of upside down. Yes, there we go. The cityscapes we've seen fit with British architecture, and even the fields have those weird, drawn-on, naked people. What do you call them?
Cern Abbas.
Massive giant guy with a whopper.
Yeah, Cern Abbas.
Cern Abbas. Yeah, they've also got that horse as well, so the more you know. Quite the departure this, as Japan has traditionally been the setting for Pokemon games, with the Hawaii-inspired Alola the first real venture out from them. Hey, who knows, maybe we'll get the moon next. Number 9, we predict the 2 legendaries will be attack-based and defense-based. All this is really being based off, admittedly, is the names Sword and Shield, but Pokemon have had various forms before, designating different stat changes. Let's unpack. Arthurian mythology definitely seems like it could play a part in the game, along with a more fantastical adventure compared to the relaxed island vibes of Sun and Moon. If you're having fantastical adventures, you usually base them on the legendaries. A 4chan leak, and yes, I know what I said there, suggested that they might be a metal snake and a wooden horse. Now, yes, that is a bit of Troy meets Shadow Moses Island, but still, it does sort of fit. We do, I can confirm, have those animals in this country. Plus, what do you make swords out of? Metal, and what do they sort of look a bit like? Snakes, and what do you make shields out of? Wood, sometimes, and they look like horses. Needs work. Number 8, we know it's arriving in late 2019. Yep, one for your calendars. The Pokemon Direct confirmed the late 2019 release date we heard from the official Pokemon Twitter account last year. This is, by now, pretty much exactly what you would have expected. And I say pretty much because every mainline Pokemon game has come out around November in order to build up a nice head of steam in time for Christmas. Coincidentally there, ma'am, if you're watching this, and I know that you are, this is me officially asking. Don't say you couldn't think of anything. There's not really much to say on this one, other than if you did have any doubts in your mind that Nintendo were going to treat this like a proper mainline game in the series, instead of just thinking of it as another continuation of all the Go stuff, then this, well, ends that, doesn't it? We are now back on track. Number 7, we predict there will be a lot of new features. Okay, so just while I've quickly brought up Go, Nintendo would be absolutely crazy if they didn't learn a few lessons from it. Namely, that you shouldn't build a game in 2019 entirely around mechanics you thought up in 1999. There are new things. I'm not advocating for them making another AR game. I already live in the real-life version of the Galar region. I don't need to see it when I'm trying to relax, but just use some of your toys. The Switch is an incredible piece of hardware. It has accelerometers, detachable controllers, an IR sensor that it can literally see out of. You can motion throw. You can use all the tricks that they used for the Labo. You can have your own Pokemon version of the Labo. You can link multiple Switches together so they sync to make a huge battlefield. You can do pretty much anything with this if you set your mind to it. And this is Nintendo we're talking about here, thus if they can, they almost certainly will, and they'll be revealing all of this in the run-up to release, we predict. Number 6, we know the starters. As is tradition, the 3 starters featured in the trailer and were given official artwork soon after. As is also tradition, they are sticking to the tried and tested grass, water, and fire dynamic. We have Grookey, the grass monkey, Scorbunny, the scorched bunny, and Sobble, the sad bubble? The sobbing bubble? I don't know. Without seeing their stats, evolutions, or knowing what dual typing they may develop though, they're kind of hard to figure out at the minute. None of them look discernibly better than the others, but likewise there's no dud. I'm going Score Bunny since you asked. Just as a total aside here, I really want them to mix this up in the future, even if it's just midway through the game. Why not do Fairy or Dragon or Steel as a choice, and instead of it being an A trumps B trumps C trumps A arrangement, it's more like attack, defense, and support. Sorry, that's me being a dork, isn't it? Sorry. Yeah, let's just look at them all for a second. Number 5, we predict Score Bunny will be based on a footballer. Score Bunny has probably caused the most discussion so far, mainly because the bandage-like strip on its nose and large feet have led some people to believe it will be yet another firefighting starter. Oh goody, we haven't had enough of those, have we? Said no one. But, and just hear me out here, being set in the UK, the large feet and markings could instead be a football kit. I mean, for a start, it is the nation's favourite pastime after binge drinking an underage pregnancy and, well, it literally has score in the name. Grass does have the closest link to football, I'll grant you, but you could just give it a dual type with ground, given the amount of time players like Neymar spend throwing themselves onto it. Hey, you see that? Football gags in WhatCulture Gaming videos, eh? That's why they don't let me do them very often. Number 4, we know Wild Battles are back. They were always going to return realistically, but it's nice to have it officially confirmed nonetheless. Pokémon Go is a great game. It's free to play and it's still going strong since its massive launch in the summer of 2016. Oh god, where is my life going? Since then, they've added tons of new features like gym battles, legendary raids, mythical quests, trading, lucky Pokémon, the list goes on. But still, no wild battles. Even Let's Go, basically halfway a sequel to Go and a remake of Yellow, still didn't feature them, and, well, I do get why. Yes, it was to get rid of the grinding element that puts lots of people off, but still, it's part of the experience. Filthy casuals be damned. Sword and Shield offers no such compromise, thankfully. Wild battles are an essential part of main series Pokémon games, and so they shall remain. Number 3, we predict wild shinies will be visible. While Game Freak obviously wants to get back to main series sensibilities, it would be foolish to ignore the popularity of Go. Thus, Let's Go's attitude to shinies could be a way to provide a link between the casual appeal and the hardcore dedication. As well as rideable Pokémon, one of the surprising additions of Let's Go was the fact that shiny Pokémon were just there. Meaning you'd be able to spot a turquoise Psyduck just waddling along if you were lucky enough. As for Go, the app occasionally has a shiny rate of 1 in every 25. For reference, in the base games, they have occasionally been as rare as 1 in every 8,192. Yes, that is about the success rate of my jokes, thanks. Still, Sword and Shield isn't going to devalue shinies when they're so sought after, but a slight change-up could entice more trainers into searching for them. Number 2, we know gyms are back. Trials were a nice break, yes. They were a lovely holiday that you went on last minute, or a random day off you forgot you're booked, or, I don't know, an affair, but I'm delighted the gyms are coming back nonetheless. Though we don't see the gym leaders or battles themselves in the trailer, we do see the trainer walking into 2 large arenas, ready for a fight. One appears to be a grass gym with the Leaf logo, while the other is reminiscent of a football player walking out of the tunnel, again because Britain. Now, if these hints still aren't quite enough for you to count as a known feature, Your Majesty, then the gyms and the overall quest to become a Pokemon champion was mentioned in the direct stream released beforehand. So there you are, smartass. Number 1, we predict we'll finally get a Dark Gym. Dark type was added in Generation 2 and is one of the most popular types in the entire game. Yes, it is. All its Pokemon have a great look, they have a wide yet connected aesthetic, and they're all well balanced. However, despite this, it's yet to have a gym in the games. The bad guys get loads of them because Dark must automatically mean evil, despite the fact that, look, Umbreon exists, and how adorable and cute is that? Absol, Shiftry, Tyranitar, Greninja, Zoroark, Weevil, Crocodile, Sableye. We could have had amazing Dark gyms in the past, and for reasons that are genuinely lost on me, they've just never ever done it. Given that we love a castle here in the UK, and, well, it is cloudy all the time, Galor's a great thematic fit for Dark Pokemon. I'm calling it now, we are finally getting one. So there you have it, those are 5 things we know and 5 things we predict, or in my head, 10 things we know about Pokemon Sword and Shield. Let us know what you made of them all in the comments below, as well as any predictions of your own, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. In the meantime though, thank you very much for watching. I am, of course, Kanto's Adam Cleary, and I'll see you soon.